Hello Internet! I'm Apples the Hero and welcome to the first look at Cernunnos. I pronounced him wrong last video and I'm sorry, but I didn't even hear his name before, so I assumed it would be a Cernunnos or something like that. But he's actually a Celtic god, now that I think about it, because, you know, apparently this guy is supposed to have high area damage, which makes him like one of the only ADCs to have high area damage, which makes me think that it's just going to be that Ramble Blast or something in his one. So yeah, let's have a look at his first ability, his one. Well, everyone's getting mad about. See, it goes green, then it goes yellow, then it goes red, and then it goes blue, then back to green again, because it's the 4 seasons. And it even has a little icon there to go with it, and he changes colour too. Isn't that cute? So, green, he gets lifesteal. Red, he gets damage. Autumn, he reduces protections. And winter, he slows. So there's a lot of utility there. I can see that. And it costs no mana, so you can just freely rotate between those to get those extra stats. And you can alternate them between so quickly and freely that you can just alternate between autos, which is fun. Let's see, a 1 second slow, so you got attack speed of max, then you could have, like, well, you could put in, well, since the awesome debuff lasts for 5 seconds, you can have them reduced down to the lowest protections you can. Wait a minute. So that debuff, does that be debuff stack then? Because if it does, that's kind of crazy. Having a debuff like that, which just stacks up to reduce all protections, like with an attack speed of 2.5, attacking 2.5 times over 5 per second over 5 seconds, that's 2.5 times 5 attacks. That's what, 12.5 attacks per second. That's enough, assuming it stacks, to reduce the protections of any god in the game down to 0, which is crazy. Well, let's take a look at his other abilities. There it is. That's this thing here. Yeah, this upgrades things. Right, let's have a look at his second ability next. He throws it and it goes on the ground. So the only thing you control is the direction it appears in. You don't actually directly control where it lands. That's interesting. There's a projectile, explodes into a bramble patch. Deals damage every 1.5 seconds, slow enemies in it for 20%, that's not a whole lot. Put it on top of his slow from his wand though, and that's 35% slow, which is, I think, as much as Frostbound does. Let me check. Frostbound, that's definitely the right item. 30%, that's actually more than a Frostbound slow. So if he has both of those on the ground, admittedly it lasts for 5 seconds. That didn't last for 5 seconds just then, did it? Oh, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if it lands on a wall, it'll do that. Because of course it does. 3, 4, 5. Okay, so with these two, they won't feel to run away, especially since there's also roots. Now, the damage it does every 0.5 seconds is actually a lot. It does damage on the impact, which is 200 plus. Well, we'll find out how much scaling it is once I level my ability. And that's reasonable. Not as much as his autos will be doing, but that's reasonable for a free CC. Like, can you fit into an auto chain? Like,
the forest runs rampant.
Of course you can. That's auto cancelling. You can do that. So free 200 damage plus however much scaling it is. That's very good. And then it roots, and then it slows, and does tick damage 0.5 seconds every 0.5 seconds over 5 seconds. And the tick damage at max level will be 20 every 0.5 seconds, so another 200 damage. So I'm assuming that the scaling on that's going to be the same when you add it up. Right, let's have a look at items here. Obviously, Warrior Tabi. Always Warrior Tabi. Never anything but Warrior Tabi. So 75% scaling on that, and 20%, 50% scaling. So 75% on the initial damage and 50% on the tick damage. Alright. Oh, okay. The bonus damage from the 1 scales. And that's, what, 5% scaling or something? I think that's 5% scaling. Sorry, 20% scaling. Yes, 20% scaling on initial damage on autos. So with this active, he has a base damage of, well, at max level it would be a base damage of 90 plus 100, base damage of 115 plus 120% of your physical power. And I believe it should also apply to crits as well, since it's bonus auto attack damage. So 125 base damage plus 120% scaling plus crits. Yeah, this crits going to be pretty good on this guy. I'm just calling it now. And you probably won't need a Fatalis either, because you can, or anything like that. So you should be able to stick with people pretty well. Oh, actually, that's right. Crits will work on this guy. I would probably get Executioner, because you'll need some attack speed. Obviously, build a Kaival early. Always build a Kaival early on the Hunter. I know I don't always do it, but that's because I'm shit. Or just lazy. Let's go with lazy. So, this is probably a sort of build you'd see late game. You could get a sprint, but it's not really a need for it since you have the CC to keep up with people. Obviously, Sanctuary, Beads, work on everyone. Blink might actually work on this guy, because you can blink towards someone and root them and actually burst them down almost with this guy. You might notice that I've got no lifesteal here. He gets 20% lifesteal from his 1, if you've got the right stance on. And that, I believe, is more than any single item will give you in the game. Let me check. Actually, it might get outclassed by Dev Gauntlets, and it's the same as Soul Eater. And Assi obviously outclasses it when passive is active, but that doesn't matter. So, it's basically as much lifesteal as an item will give you. So you might as well skip the lifesteal item and build more damage. That way you can make more use of the lifesteal. Something a lot of people don't think of. More damage also means more healing from lifesteal. It just doesn't scale as well. Anyway, you could get... you can get just normally what you'd get on this. There's nothing really special to what you can get here. So I'm not going to even bother playing anything. Alright, let's get myself up to max level. So I can have a look at what it's like and test clearing a few things. I mean, I could test level 1 clear, but that's boring, and you don't do that really ever. If you're solo clearing a buff camp at level 1, you're gonna die. Unless you're playing a really broken god. So let's see. Max damage mode, let's go. Yeah, that's pretty good. Alright, last thing, obviously, is his dash. It's a pretty lengthy dash. It also does damage. Just good thing on any dash. And obviously there's his ult, but I'll get to that later. Yeah, that definitely clears wave. Unsurprising since I'm full build. And like any hunter ability would just clear wave automatically. Oh, I walked through that, didn't I? I hate how you can walk through the edge of these. I said there's just an instant level 20 thing here. I said I have to do this. And it's awkward. I don't like it. But hey, that's fine. Let's see how much damage I do to a tank now. 666. Okay, with this build, crit on the base auto is 66. I love it. Oh, that attack speed. That's some reasonable attack speed. Oh, the autumn one. It's doing even more damage. That's 792 per crit. And... that's not actually doing a lot more damage. So, it doesn't stack. As you can see, the damage isn't going up any higher. It happens once and it lasts for 5 seconds. Okay, that's reasonable. I thought it was going to be broken.
Congratulations, you have slain a god.
So, yeah. Strong character. Oh, almost forgot. His ult. This is the only one ability that you can properly aim out of his kit, but, you know. I missed it. Oh, that sucks. I like how I have 3 crit items and yet I'm not critting that often. It's smite for you. Not that. That one's like swap the teams. I think this is the one I want. There we go. Right, now I've got my ult back up. Let's try and actually land the ult this time. There's a bunch of criteria that seem to be weird about it, but hey. Oh, they had to stay in the AoE for it.
Slain an enemy.
Right. This is actually a really strong ult. It's basically Pip's ult, if you've played Paladins. Except instead of chickens, they turn into boars. So, if they stay in the AoE for a second, and it shows very clearly, which I like. That's a good thing to have, unlike some abilities which are really fucking stupid about it. Excuse me. They take a decent chunk of damage. That's 80% scaling or something. Maybe 90% scaling, I don't know. Can't be asked to calculate that, to be honest. 400 damage, yeah. As much damage as his crits do. It's decent for an ult. And then everyone's a pig for 2 seconds, which is pretty massive in a team fight. So let's see what this... And surprisingly, you can clear a Golf Fury very quickly when you're at max rank. But this is what we're all here for. Well, it's what I'm here for. Seeing if I can solo Fire Giants. Without even having to buy a lifesteal item. What? This is just full build. This is just having a full build that does that much. This guy is nuts. I can see why everyone's playing him. As you can see, 20% lifesteal. It's plenty of lifesteal to have, especially when it's just built in. Huh. So you can't dash through the Fire Giant. I did not actually know that. I'm guessing it's only gods that it applies to. Ooh, it says enemies. Does that mean I can turn minions into boars? I mean, it implies I can. Let's find out. Can minions be turned into boars? No, they can't. You lied to me, game. You told me I could turn everyone into a boar. You lied to me. You lied to me. I don't appreciate being lied to. Anyway, let's go kill a Rao again, because that's fun. Huh, no crit. Oh, there's a crit. Huh? You just took a tick damage. That was weird.
Rampage.
Oh yeah, the dash does also do quite a lot of damage. The dash does more damage than his 2's initial damage. It's just kind of a lot of damage. It's... Oh, with this build, 562 damage on a hit. Which is like a quarter of someone's health. It's like damage from where you'd least expect it. Because most hunters' escapes don't do damage. Most of them are just a good escape. Like Ram's roll needs backflip, which is a great one because it slows. Hoyi's leap, which jumps him into the air first, and he's immune to everything, and it's instant and it's wonderful. But no, he just dashes through everyone. Like he's... I don't know. A warrior? I think warriors might have an ability like that. I can't think of many abilities that do that, actually. Mostly mage abilities. It feels a bit weird as a hunter. It doesn't feel bad to play. You got good impact to his autos, and everything is smooth as butter. Let's sell all his items, because I forgot to mention something. He's passive. Well, I forgot. I neglected to mention it. Which basically means he's secretly an assassin. And by which I mean he does melee damage. Allow me to demonstrate. So that is, a fair bit of damage. And then where's the extra damage? Oh, what are the range? 119, 119, 119. I'm supposed to do an extra 25% as bonus damage. Okay, so the proc from this doesn't trigger crits. So let's see. So 190. What's that? 28. Oh, that's burst damage from this. 112, 119, 119. Oh, it's an extra damage number. Extra 30 damage. Yeah, it's quite a lot of damage to just have extra. Ooh. This guy's really aggressive. So, that extra damage is not in fact auto attack damage, and neither is the extra damage on his 1. I was wrong. Crits might not be the best on him. Maybe it'd be better to just build some raw power, since everything scales so much. Obviously crits will give you quite a lot of that anyway. But, I think this is one of those ones where you build him like an assassin. You can probably play him as an assassin pretty well too. He's got decent CC, he's got mobility, he's got damage and control with his 1, and his ult, and he does plus damage in melee range thanks to his passive. Like, there are a few gods that can outbox him in melee range because of his passive. Like, if they have the same build, he's just going to win because he does extra 25% damage, assuming they don't have a steroid active, and he's got a steroid himself. So that's fine, he doesn't even have to care. So, oh, that's nice. I didn't realise, but this radius here, this is the melee attack range. Wait a minute. It's a cleave. That bonus damage is in a cleave? So it does. I should have read that properly. Right, let's go and build like all power on him. See if I can do a lot of damage there. And 1 pen item, this. So it's this and this and that won't work. I'm pretty certain. And this, sure, why not? This and like what gives the most power? I can't forget. It is the crit items, isn't it? The crit items actually are the most power-giving items. Is there anyone that does more than 40? I think Void Shield does. Yeah, because that gives 40 and then it gives an extra 20. So sure, let's sell that. Give this. Okay, 300 power. Oh! There's 2 crit items and I was critting on constantly. Not sure. Oh, that 88 is Malice? Okay. That's a lot of damage. So yeah, I'm gonna say build something a bit more like this. 380, 350, and then all the tick damage. This guy is incredibly strong. Let's see what it's like to take Fire Giant with all these now. I mean, with this, I'll have like 3 different things rocking on my autos. Does it still do damage? Okay. So you can build a bit of protection on this guy thanks to Shifter's Shield. That one item that you can build and still do damage. Well, that pretty much concludes my first look, so with that, I will see you in the next video, where I will almost certainly not be playing Cernunnos because I don't have enough favour to buy him. Unfortunate, really. But anyway, thanks for watching.